Listening to the R.A.M show, episode number 5. Funny story. Mitchell, you or me? Who's telling it?
Okay, wait. You have to start. Well, okay, no, you were the one who was like most affected, I think.
I
By it.
am very shooked.
It's an experience I have had several times, so I guess I'm kind of used to it by now. Like I know it's just a thing that happens.
Repeat
but,
offender.
But for you, it was kind of like your first time experience with it. So why don't you start to finish? Let's talk about it.
I feel like I need a sad piano playing in the background.
Tiny little violin.
We did the 4th episode of the R.A.M show. It was amazing. It was a great show. It was probably our best yet, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was a good
we
show.
ranted about high school, which is an easy thing to talk about, and we forgot to hit the record button.
And by we, you mean I did.
Whenever I share the story with anyone, I say we because I don't want to put you on blast, but it happened because normally we play our shows Friday at 8 today, so that show would have went out today, but we were like, oh no, it's gone. So that we have to record another one to go out today so everyone can hear it. But it went out live. A couple people apparently heard it.
Yeah, I mean, Mrs. Oliveira heard it. I don't know if she's listening again this hour, but hello. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Giving a little bit of love to teachers everywhere because high schoolers are jerks.
Yeah, it's a rough time in the life. It's a hard point to try and be nice to people, especially adults. Like,
what do you mean? It's not that hard.
Hello, Steve.
Okay.
Oh yes, yeah. I just popped in here real quick.
Our friend here joining us in the studio. That's our first guest on the R.A.M show. Do you feel special?
I do. This is gonna go down in the history books.
It is.
No, it won't.
Okay.
I'll just delete the recording.
So
Mitchell's
Mitchell's saying no, it won't, is gonna segue us perfectly into our topic for today.
Yes.
I want to talk about my theory, my motive. So before the show, we were trying to think about what we're going to ramble about. And I was like, all right, what mattered to you most lately, Mitchell? He said everything. That's real helpful for a show prep. But I said, the thing that's been mattering to me the most lately is that I want to become a very positive person. I want to change my ideals. I want to stop insulting people. I want to cut back on swearing, which while I'm at home playing video games, the censor's off. But any other time, I want to cut back on swearing. I don't swear in school, but outside when I'm with friends, I kind of do. So I'm trying to cut that out completely. I'm trying to become positive, never insult anyone, and just a lot of people are like, River, you are such a hypocrite. You are such a mean person. You know what? I'm working on it. I'm not there yet. I'm not saying I'm there yet.
Acceptance is the first stage.
Thank you.
Exactly.
So I am working on becoming just the most, and I want to be like a bubbly, optimistic person to the point where it's like incredibly obnoxious.
That's the thing. You don't want it to be too happy.
No,
I
do. I want to be like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, obnoxiously happy. Like remember the monkey from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs who
you
went
just
around
ruined so many kids' dreams.
That's what I want to be. I just want to be.
No.
So Mitchell told me that the reason that we actually can ramble about this today is because Mitchell told me that he wanted to debate me on this, which I don't know how you can debate happiness.
Not necessarily that
I'll tell you what.
Wanted to.
You two will be the debaters, and I'll do the closing argument. I'll decide. You guys got to prove to me.
Did you watch one of my debate meetings?
I think I did.
All right, Mitchell.
All right, let's hear Mitch's side.
Okay.
Why should you not be happy?
The problem is because I remember I was talking to Catherine about this, and she's kind of looking to get into radio. And we were talking about how it's not necessarily a good thing to just describe yourself as like an optimist or a pessimist. We both kind of like the idea that we describe ourselves as just realists. And I guess it sounds kind of stupid. I mean, when you just start making up other things like, oh, no, I'm a philanthropist. What? But
I don't like
thing.
That's true.
I know it is, but it's...
I don't like ist titles. I don't like titles ending with ist.
Yeah, but I think it kind of goes to the problem of just... when you decide that I want to be super bubbly or I want to see everything in a super optimistic way, you are forcing yourself to see everything through a lens that might not properly describe the situation, and thus you're going to inhibit your ability to approach things in the best and most realistic way possible.
Okay.
I mean, if you're going through a real tough time and I just say, don't worry, it'll get better, and you're like, no, it's actually not, though.
Okay, here is a very... thin line that I'm drawing here is that I'm drawing a line between being positive and happy and friendly to everyone, and being realist and understanding situations. If a friend comes to me or I go to them and they're upset, I'm not going to be like, haha, it's all right, let's go get some ice cream, yay. No, I'm still going to do typical River trying to solve a problem where I'm like, who did that to you? Can I hurt him? Like, that's about the only. I'm not very good at solving those problems, but still, there's obviously you got to draw a line somewhere. But all right, here's the thing: is that I've been in both positions. I've been a downright pessimist, and I'm starting to be a happier, bubbly person. I like the word bubbly. Everyone who's listening, say bubbly to yourself 3 times right now. All right, anyways.
I actually, small anecdote, I've actually specifically not liked the word bubbly. I use the word bubbly as a way to describe things that I don't like.
All right, well.
But please continue.
Pop.
So apparently he doesn't like me anymore. Because I'm bubbly.
You guys are just too.
Anyways,
very
I've been
separate
in
people.
both. I've been in both shoes. I've been in both shoes, and I would choose the happy one every time.
All right, you know what I gotta say to this though? I think if there's a common medium, like where if you're gonna be in a bad situation, it's not good. Like I gotta agree with Mitch. Like if you see everything as a positive, good thing, then you're gonna like get yourself in like dangerous situations where you're like, oh, it's okay. This guy with a knife coming at me is just here to cut my hair.
Okay, no, that's a very different situation. You're not an optimist or a pessimist in that situation. You're a runningist. You just run.
A runningist?
Yeah, that's a new thing. No, what?
Like, but I understand. But if you want to be happy, like it's a good positive vibe you want to give off to people. But I think there's like
maybe I made my claim
I gotta
wrong.
lean I gotta lean more towards River here. Like I gotta say, like it's always better to be like at least fake it until you make it. Like
maybe I made my
No,
claim
no,
a little
no,
bit
no,
wrong
no,
that
no,
I'm
no,
confusing
no,
you,
no.
Mitchell.
No. Okay, whoa. You just said fake it till you make it. I absolutely 100% disagree with that. I have had like counselors tell me like there is something to be said for the fake it till you make it statement where it's good to at least try to engage in things that might make you happy because,
Just stick
once
your
you
toe in the
smile,
water.
once you laugh at a joke, maybe it'll bring you up. But when people, so many people I talk to, they're like,
don't pretend to be someone you're not.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm super bothered or something, but they say, I still try to put on, like, my best happy face, like, I don't want to bring my friends down, and I always say to them, I think the worst thing that you could possibly do when you are totally depressed is spend more energy on trying to fake the fact that you're not depressed because, one, you're not going to get any kind of help for that because nobody's going to see that you're actually in a bad place, so nothing's going to change. And two, you're just pouring more energy into trying to appease other people when the thing that matters is your current issue. Like,
okay, I 500% agree with that statement, and this is becoming a great episode about teenage angst. This is like the whole point of the station is good old teenage angst. I agree with that, and different people are in different shoes right now. Everyone is in a different part of their lives and dealing with different stuff. So I understand that, but I'm not saying that you should go out and if something's wrong, you should just pretend nothing's wrong. You should still try and try and solve your issues, but you should do so with a positive outlook. You should do so like it's not the end. And this is getting real deep here.
I know.
More than any ramble has before.
This is like, what is it, 9:30 in the morning? Like,
yeah, people are getting
teenage
real
time, that's really
people are getting
early.
real shook on their morning drive. But I think it's important that if you're gonna approach someone and tell them that you have a problem and you want their help, or they approach you or what, so you shouldn't approach them and be like, no, you can't help me, because one, that is a very jerky move, and two, well, what do you do to that? Because you leave the person in such a position that they cannot possibly respond. They're just like, oh, well, I can't help you, so I'll give you a hug?
maybe that's the point. Maybe they don't want your help. I mean, there's always like the thing, like, if I'm telling Steven, like, bro, I got this issue, chances are I don't actually want him to try and come to me and solve my issue.
You just want some
and give me
sympathy.
a nice
You want
plan.
a
A lot
sorry,
of people
man.
just want someone to listen to them. They don't need someone to solve their problem.
Okay.
If there was an easy way to solve their problem, I'm sure that person would have done it already.
I agree.
But
Because
then
I've
if
been
you're
in
sharing, it must be a hard problem that you're going to need help with. Because like you said, if you don't share with anybody, it must be easy. But if you share with somebody, it's like, dude, I'm getting overwhelmed. I need your help with this.
I think if you want advice, the best thing you could do is to implicitly or explicitly ask for it.
English.
Say, River, I'm having this problem. I could really use some advice on this. Great, go for it.
Just don't come to River for that. Someone else. Sorry.
This is why we have counselors.
Right, but then at least I have set that up. Like I am asking for it. But if I'm just saying, River, my dog died yesterday, and you say, well, maybe you should have fed it more. Like, I'm like, River, that's not what I need to be hearing right now.
No, because positive River would have been like, hey man, you could come over and play with my dog if you're sad.
I think
No, that would've
positive,
made me
like
more
you
sad
can say
anyway.
like,
Probably.
like, oh, dude, I'm sorry, but
Sorry,
like,
don't
look on the bright side. He's in a better place. Like, I think that still counts as positive because it's almost sympathetic.
All right,
empathetic.
but I
Even
think
that would
no,
still bother
both of us did that face and did that grunt because I totally agree with you.
I just should
In
not be
that
on the show. All
in
you
that
guys are just
situation, yes, don't say they're in a better place. And this isn't a talk about religion, but I just don't like they're in a better place. But I don't like those.
It can get annoying after a while, but it's still like you got to look like the dog is like it's dead, but look at the bright side. Like if it was suffering or something like that, it's pain. It's over. Like you got to look. There's always a bright side to everything.
I think I really want to go back and edit this show with the camera and put
Just
a little
cut
tally.
Steven
No,
out.
I want to put a counter in the top left for how many times Mitchell sighs.
Just constant sighing
ding,
on
ding.
the show. Because even that, like, if you just are constantly telling someone, look at the bright side. Hey, it'll be okay. Don't worry. Pal,
You sound like
it's fine. And like, no, it's not fine. It's obviously not
Well, you're
fine.
human. Of course, there's gonna be some times you're just like, dude, enough. I do not need to hear some positive, jolly, happy. You want to be a negative Nancy.
Yeah,
You just want to
like,
be like,
You
okay,
remind
let me be solemn.
You remind me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. What is the actual Willy Wonka? You remind me of Willy Wonka
Yeah.
because Willy Wonka comes off all peppy whenever that's what everyone thinks he is. But then in the original, not the new one. I like the new one too with Johnny Depp. Anyways, in the original, at the end when he just snaps and goes off in the kid in his office.
Johnny Depp made one.
You haven't seen
it was
the new one?
weird. It turns into this
No.
whole thing with this father being it's really uncomfortable. That's weird.
All right, I don't know about you guys, but I think both Charlie and the Chocolate Factories are amazing.
No, the first one was definitely superior. The second one was weird.
Superior, maybe, but I still enjoy the second one.
It becomes
I
like a
think
weird
Willy
thing about
Wonka is the
father
better one.
issues.
I think a
It
lot
totally
of people
detracts from the point
but
of
it's
it.
it's cool. It's a different look on because the first one doesn't really focus on Willy Wonka. It's more about Charlie and his adventure. Where
That's why it's called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, not Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, I gotta
but
say,
it's a
I
mask.
I think I have that theme song like in my back pocket. You know why? Like every time I walk, it's like oompa loompa doompity doo. I know. Like I heard someone say that they're like, "Hey, we gotta like rip jokes on each other." So that's what they did to me, and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, you got me there. You got me there." I was
See,
like,
this is where you got to be positive and say, "Hey, man, no."
That's why, like,
Okay.
you
No
gotta have
insults.
humor towards yourself. Like to be happy, you gotta be like, you gotta be able to laugh at your. Here's ding,
Again,
he
I'm
sighed
disagreeing
again.
with
like-
you already. When it comes to self-deprecating humor, that's actually when you do want to start to approach a way to overturn it. Like, yeah, sure, you can make like enough jokes of that, but when it's repeated and constant, and the person is almost characterized by constantly filling themselves with self-deprecated humor, you know
gotta
that that's
dumb these words
actually
down.
coming from like a real place. I mean, I wouldn't just say, "Oh, I'm stupid all the time," and just constantly say that every day if I didn't actually have some kind of
Yeah,
self-doubt
Because that
about
could be
my own intelligence.
degrading towards yourself.
Yeah, so I mean, if you just make it once, but you're like, no, I mean, I don't actually think that, like, that's not a problem. Then it's like, okay, whatever, that was just a funny joke. You just don't worry about it.
Hey man,
But
who
if that's
says-
constantly happening, it's like, I feel like it's better to not
All right.
feed that.
I think this is again where you have to draw a big line because teenage angst is all about where you draw the line. Teenage angst, teenage emotion, just your teenage years are all about where do you draw the line because that's when you're becoming an adult. And when you're an adult and you're adulting, you already know where the line is. You already know, all right, you can't say that. But when you're a teenager, so with the whole like self-deprecating, going along with the jokes type thing, you're right. You can't create a theme for yourself. You can't start to be known by. You can't start to be known by the jokes that you let go along with you. But I mean, you got to draw a line.
Like, yeah, I mean, I make a few of them, and it's still funny.
Just
but
nothing physical. That's messed up.
Yeah, that too. And and when you're talking to someone who's like constantly saying them, though, you just like it doesn't become funny anymore. You're just like,
You just walk away.
Every time you hear that, you're just like, oh man, like,
Yeah. I don't think this advice column's going very well when all three of us have a different opinion.
Well,
It's
listen to
not-
me because I am
Normally
obviously
there's
the
only-
superior one.
Normally
here,
there's
just
only two
saying.
sides to the story, but now there's three.
There's
Well,
only
I'm
one
not really
side,
supposed
my
to
side.
put my opinion in. I'm supposed to be the divider.
Yeah,
right?
you're just supposed to be the divider.
You're the one
I
who
gotta
just makes
say,
random
man,
claims that I disagree with.
Yes, I know. It's like, the thing is, like, who says guys don't have emotion? You guys are really, like,
I'm a
very really
We're all in
passionate
our
people.
feels.
I'm a very, very sensitive person.
We're
for better and for
we're
worse.
closed up till we get to these black mics.
yes.
As soon
Like,
as
you know,
we're
I
in
just
front
think
of
like these
it's
mics
just
give you a
like-
certain personality that you can just, like, you know, it's that one way you can actually show yourself without, like, you know, because when you're like face to face with somebody, it's so much easier to deny the
I'm gonna
claims and,
bash
like,
on the radio station
yeah.
here, and I'm gonna say it's partly because I don't think anyone's listening.
Ouch. That was terrible.
Okay, well, one
Here comes the station manager to get me.
station manager here to say, one, you're fired.
Oh
For
well, last
public
episode of the R.A.M.
defamation.
show. Hi guys.
People listen.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
well, okay. So
Let's
the
take a
people who
challenge.
do listen, though, for
People
those of you
listen.
out there, I mean, a part of the appeal is us being teenagers and being open and honest about our lives.
At least
So if anyone's listening, at least we are appealing
If
to
they
that
are
audience,
listening,
and it works.
Let's have them comment on Facebook on any one of our photos saying that we're listening, because we'll be able to see in the notifications.
that'd be a little
within
creepy though.
5 minutes. Just say we're listening, or like, you know, you're listening to the show or something. Just write something. If we get a comment, that way we can show that someone's actually listening to the show right now.
I would really love it if we got more feedback on social media.
Yeah, for sure.
That would make me so happy if someone let me know that they were listening. Because you said that Miss Oliveira said something, and that made
Right.
me so happy. Like
Speaking
I
of
just
which,
want to
station
know that
manager,
people.
we need to find a new person for that. Connie graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah, social media.
I would
I
just
can-
love to hear
yeah.
back more from people because radio is such a different thing where
We're a
you
community
don't
station,
know.
like, you know.
Whereas like YouTube or Twitch, you see directly who's viewed it, or I mean, you know numbers at least. But when
You
you
say
run
Twitch?
radio,
Twitch, yeah.
live streaming,
Twitch. Oh,
It's a live streaming service.
Wow, I learn something new every day.
what?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like
It's
Twitter, and you were like, just
no, no, no.
misspoke.
How Twitch, Twitter? That's
Because
a
Twitter,
big
you can see
difference.
Totally
who's
different. But we do have a YouTube live stream, and if you're listening at the actual time that this is happening live for real, you can, Google WHS 89.5.
Is that where they can see our
live stream
faces?
YouTube? Yeah, and there's a webcam
Oh.
staring at us for the first time on the
Yeah.
RAM show.
Hi guys.
What
Hey,
up?
You can't see Steven.
Yeah,
Let
you know,
me
just-
describe
Do
Steven
you
for
want
you.
to turn it around for him here? I'm gonna get up.
Oh,
I'm
never
gonna
You're gonna
hang
turn
out.
around.
Dang, I
I was
wanted
saying,
to do
like,
a-
no, you should
a
like make it a
portrait.
surprise,
There's
like, you know,
him.
just say like who, like, you know, put
Oh.
them, make their imagination, like, you know, come to work.
Looking real good in that
Yeah.
signature landscaping.
Yeah, man, I
sweatshirt.
know. I do. I've been working for Signature Landscaping for a very long time now. Of course, like, you know, it's the
90%
family
of
business, but, you know, doesn't discredit anything.
No
Sponsorship.
sponsorship.
Hey, you know, I'm
Not-
the promotions
not a sponsor.
manager. I would, like, you know, I'd
Okay,
actually
that's
try.
self promotion though. I don't like. Okay, well, I was
fired.
about
I
to
did
say,
not
do
say
actually
I was
some
wearing
stuff
a
about
Signature Landscaping
Alpha Core,
shirt.
but I do actually.
I
say
did
stuff
not
about
bring up
mine.
my
Yeah, I
sweatshirt.
have
He
a-
did.
I have a sound
So
That's
your
he's
fault.
promoting me.
I have SoundCloud.
So you
know
guys
that.
had like an underhand deal of like, hey River, before you go on the show, make sure to point out the fact that I'm wearing a.
Hey, Mitchell, did you know that I have a SoundCloud?
Why don't you follow me?
I make music.
Don't you like me?
No, I make music.
You
Hey,
don't.
Mitch, you know
I
what we
can't
could also
follow
do?
anyone because I make music. Do you know what kind of music I make?
No.
I make samba music.
This is so uncomfortable right
What?
now.
What?
Samba?
What?
The heck is samba?
No, I don't have a SoundCloud. Sorry to let down.
You know
all
what
my
we could
fans.
do? Like, you know, we're always looking for new original music, right?
Yeah.
Like Diamond White.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you say if we had people like make music and submit it, like email it to us or something?
I mean, if there's people who can make music out there, I mean, because we're always up for indie bands and anyone local because
like
we
ERA 9.
Era, which is
9.
Era 9.
I
not
thought
ERA.
I
Good
saw the dots. I
one.
thought it was ERA.
Fire
I was
it
like,
again.
There's no dots. It's
There-
just Era. It's just in all caps though, so I think
Alright.
that's why people kind of get
I love Dare
confused.
9.
But we do definitely love giving shout outs and being able to play some of our
We
more
could do
local
like
people.
a review.
Mhm.
We could do a review. We could have an email just for the RAM show, and we could
Oh,
have people
mhm.
send in music, and then we could review people's music.
Yeah, and after like another guy was listening to the Pendulum and he heard, my whole SoundCloud spiel, and so he found me on SoundCloud, and even though he's got a, pretty comparably small follower thing because it's
Mhm.
pretty hard to get known on SoundCloud, we were able to talk a little bit, and so I feature some of his music on the Pendulum now. So anyone out there who makes music, email us, email the station, email me,
And
whoever.
when we review, I'll be the happy person who says that I love it so much, and you can be Simon Cowell.
Well, okay, but I am the really analytical,
Yeah, you know more about
refined ear, so I can even take like music that most people would consider good, even
Break
like a
it
lot
down.
of radio music, and it'd be like, it's not really mixed
guys.
well. The frequencies are kind of empty.
You know what we got to do today? You guys remember David Rodriguez? He helped us with the sports broadcasting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
It's his birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, David.
I already told him happy birthday.
I
I
didn't,
texted him.
'cause
I
I
saw him in
haven't
first
seen him
hour. I was
once.
like, dude,
Yeah.
happy birthday. He's 17 today.
Whoa.
So we got radio staff getting
It was my
Getting old.
girlfriend's birthday yesterday.
16, right?
Oh,
Happy birthday, Lexi.
well, happy birthday, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy
His
birthday to her,
girlfriend.
too.
Belated.
Fun times. Why don't we go to a break?
Yeah, so
Wanna
we're
throw up some
gonna
music.
play a nice little song here. This is True, featuring Mr. Porter by Pin. It's just a nice little drum and bass song. It's chill, just to get us all in the ethereal thinking mood that
I'm so glad I'm behind the camera.
that is the
Ethereal.
show. Well, they've already seen you, so
They
they're just gonna,
have.
everybody just like go find the recording, type into your, like if you have Windows, get snipping tool, and then just drag it over his face, and then copy it, and then print it out and just post it everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like literally, like
I've had people
physically,
do
like,
that to me
in a
before.
mattress and
Like,
put
you know
it
those
in like
Snapchat
pillows.
filters where you can cut out someone's face? I've had
Mhm.
someone screenshot that, print it out, and then like literally they just zoomed in on my face, and I had like
Yeah.
they walked into my my first hour, and right on my desk was a printed out picture of my Snapchat face.
So definitely don't do that for me.
There's a
Supposed to
lot
do
of
it for
love
River.
with your face.
People like you could put your face on
Hey,
like
there's
a
two of me,
card
that's why.
and be like, look,
I'm a
it's
twin.
it's a river or something. I don't know. It's,
Oh,
it's
name
just-
puns.
it's, I don't know.
All right, let's
We're
just
gonna
go to
play
the
the
break. I want to
song.
cut off the name
All
puns
right.
as soon as possible.
Okay. Bye. See you later. We'll be back.
Your love is true.
I think we're back. No. Oh,
Told you.
wait, is mine's on?
Yeah, yours is good. Yeah, I'll
Mine's
turn
good.
up the headphones a little bit. There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
So I have knobs down here
Yeah, we
for
should do
webcam
something.
people.
We should. Yeah.
You should see what we have to deal with here. All these buttons and switches. And
No,
Did you
we
see
don't-
the button not working? It happened. That's a little bright, but it happened.
Yeah. Just.
We're making do.
I love how much I literally
Got so much
complained
new
about that
stuff in here.
almost every single show, and I've just never fixed
It's
it.
just the
I totally
one button.
probably
we
could, but
We should just make it so that mic 1, mic 2, mic 3, and then mic 4 should be the broken one.
yeah, probably.
We could maybe like remove.
That's like
that
so
and
inverted.
put it
See, I
there.
have it. Look, guys, on these microphones, I have them all so nicely color coded. Like this red band is onto this red button,
He's
and
so
it's
proud
all
of
like
himself.
nice left to right. So if you start switching things, it's gonna ruin.
Look at the
everything.
little things that our station manager does for us.
It's the little things. Love you guys.
Appreciation.
Yeah.
Mitchell appreciation. I think every day is Mitchell appreciation day in the
Yes,
radio
our
studio.
tech guy is.
That would be
he
so
is
uncomfortable.
Very, very needed. Well, I do gotta sign off here. I gotta
Oh.
go start for another class, but I know I'm sorry. So bye to the very few listeners, according to
No,
River, so-
I retracted that statement during the break. There are many of you, and I love every single one of you because
Well,
positivity.
I will
And
see you
Mitchell
guys
hates
later.
all of you because negativity.
I also hate it when you yell into the microphone.
I'm gonna steal Mitch's thing. Goodbye, you lovely, lovely listeners. Like
yeah, you totally.
you
stole
stole
it
I did
from
that
me.
in the sports thing. I was like, goodbye, lovely listeners, and he like looked at me. I was like, I'm sorry. I just wanted to try it. I wanted to see how it like was.
Like you didn't even know at the time that was something I always said. I was like, "Hello, you lovely listeners."
I
You're
did-
like,
I had
you
no
said that,
idea.
and I went into this big thing in the middle of the game about how that was totally mine and you stole it.
Yep, and I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna do with. I always say fantastic or like that was a key fundamental. As much as that's
Key
like fundamental
fundamental.
like skill there, and I'm like, I need to stop talking. I gotta go. So I'll see you
Okay.
guys later. Hey,
Well,
you gotta turn the mic
Bye,
off.
my dude.
Well, River, with the time on the show we have left, River, because on the last show we had enjoyed being able to read some of the questions that students might have just regarding high school and like interviewee type things.
Especially for seniors. Our whole theme last show was advice for the underclassmen. Well, don't worry. If you want to hear all of that and you need advice from us, there'll be a sequel.
Yeah, or you can email me.
'Cause the
I'm always
sequel's
up to
always
talk.
better.
You can chat.
Oh man, I want a cool email that people email me at.
You can email me at paynemaudio, PAYNEM
That sounds so official.
audio at gmail.com. Well, because I have like 7, but I needed one that was like the actual professional one.
Yeah. I wonder if I should make a professional one first.
What is yours?
Well, I don't know if I should be
Probably
giving
don't
that
wanna
out
say
right
it.
now
Okay.
because like I have my school's one.
So just say what you're gonna name it, and then go and make it after the show, and then
Well, I
it'll
could
be
just
taken.
use my.
and
I
then
don't
other
see any
people will
reason why
get it.
not to use my personal one.
I mean, it's probably fine. It's just
Hit me up
people-
at river.tuck@gmail.com
Oh, that's fine.
and send me some questions if you need advice from River.
Guess what? I got a community news update.
Well,
I'll just tell you, like
Here he comes.
So you guys know like the Summerfest in downtown Auburn Hills?
Mm-hmm.
It's the 23rd and 24th of June. So if you guys like want to talk about that or get our listeners to go, it's a great family event for the community. So
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of people have fun with that. There's always a
probably
ton
won't
of Instagram. There's a ton of Instagram and Snapchat posts during that. So yeah, definitely go. Hit that up. I won't go.
I won't be
because
there. So
I won't be
yeah,
around.
I'll probably just be at home
You will probably be at home
or at
with
Enco
your
or here or
yeah
somewhere important.
somewhere important. So at home is
Yeah.
important.
Well, yes,
All right.
home is important.
Hit me up with some questions. Give me something I can answer.
Yeah.
Come on, give me
So-
something I can answer.
These were radio questions. This was on allaccess.com, not sponsored or anything, but we do want to say where we're getting these things. So these are all about radio. So River, this might be relevant to you. How would you describe your first radio gig? And I think for that we'll just kind of go with like
The first
the
show.
show. Yeah.
So I was not in radio club necessarily. I was not in the class. I had never been on air before. I had never seen anyone on air before. I had never listened to anyone on air on the station. I had probably the least amount of experience that you could have when I don't think my first time on air was the R.A.M show. I think I jumped in on
You probably did
sometime
some
in the
other
day.
little things.
Yeah, I jumped in on sometime in the day and talked for a little bit. And then I think I did one with Shireen on, on her
Live
show.
from the Hive.
Live from the Hive. And then we did the R.A.M show not even like a week later, first episode.
Yeah, because I think once you really started to get interested, and I was like, we could just do a show. Like, we'll just do it. And so then we kind of just brainstormed about what we want to talk about.
Okay, because I think from a third person's perspective, what I thought that radio was a lot more like under lock and key. Like you had to have everything planned out and timing and scheduling and da. But really,
I mean, it's good to be
if I wanted to
prepared.
do a show, I could just be like, hey, Teach, I'm going to go to the radio studio. Bye. Come in here, open up the door, turn my mic on, figure out how to do the thing on the computer that I don't know how to do yet, and then start talking to people. And I mean, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that a couple times, and it's pretty fun for me. But for shows, I mean, we do. There are FCC regulations about, like, when you do a show, you have to say what songs were played, and generally what you talked about, so that if people have like a complaint, the FCC has like that on.
Don't worry about the
file.
acronyms, guys. It's not that scary.
Yeah.
If you're interested in radio, hook up. Email me. Email Mitchell. Do something of the sort.
Something, yeah.
Join your radio club if you have one. If not, email me, and we'll get you in a studio or something.
Yeah, in
Maybe.
a studio, yeah, because we have so many of these big.
Well, we have this
studios lying
studio,
around.
and then you have one at your house.
It's not a studio. That's like a
But I like to
computer
tell people
setup
it's a studio
with
'cause it
a
sounds
piano and like a microphone.
Ooh, a piano.
Well, it's like I used to have like a full length piano, but then eventually just it was too
You're so
too
artistic.
obnoxious for my mother, I guess,
Too
to have just like a
obnoxious.
big piano right there. So now I have like a mini like desk right there, and so instead I have like one of those little like mini pianos with like the buttons and knobs
all your
those
alpha core
producers.
needs.
Oh yeah.
Producers.
Broducer. That's what we call them.
Said that.
Like when Jorts was here, I was like, we're producers.
Producers.
Because being just a producer is too like official, but when you just make those dank beats, those swood vibes,
Bro,
you're producer.
producer.
Hey.
Okay, let's see. Let me get a question here from Mitchell. What are you doing social media wise? Because we were talking about that earlier, and I wanted to know what we were doing.
Well,
Mitchell,
I particularly pretty much
station manager.
do nothing. I'm student station manager. Mrs. McNee is the manager. Just want to clarify. But just turn those up a little bit because you were yelling into the microphone earlier, so I had to turn those down. But I think we're chill now. I think we're good. I think we're less riveted. Anyway,
But no,
social
okay.
media wise,
Interrupting, tangent. First thing I learned, psi counters going up. I think you're above 50 now. First thing I learned from the very first show we did, first time I was on air, is that it is better to be loud than it is to be quiet. I would rather be too loud than be too quiet, because I don't want to be like a weak voice in the background.
actually,
I would rather yell at you guys.
well, actually, I'd have to completely disagree with
of
you.
course you do.
When it comes to audio, so say we're recording something, guys. So if I'm recording like a little liner, I'm
Education.
saying, hey, everybody, you're listening to 89.5 WAHS, Auburn Hills. And that gets recorded and it's kind of quiet, then I can put an effect on it that will boost up the volume so that it's at max loudness that's still acceptable, or normalization, as we kind of call it. That means like
Producers call it.
yeah, it's like if you have a volume 0 to 100, it's just standardizing everything at its max point at 100 so that things are kind of on a good level. But if you're too loud and you just scream into the microphone, like you have already done many times a show, it produces what is called clipping, which means the microphone was literally not capable of taking in all of the audio that you just
So
threw
what you're
into its
saying is
face.
they can't contain me.
The microphone can't, not always, no,
Can't.
which leads to
Can't hold me
distortions
back.
in the audio. And
You
while
heard
we
it here
can
first.
fix being
I'm
quiet,
unstoppable.
we cannot fix being too loud.
All right.
Which means
Well,
you have
if
to
you have a
re-record it.
problem with me being too loud, email me at river.talk@gmail.com. And
I have a problem with you
I
being
will
loud.
promptly not. Well, then email me at river.talk@gmail.com, and I will promptly not respond.
I'll
I'm
just
kidding.
turn down
I'll
your
respond.
volume. That's how I fix the problem. For every email I get complaining about River, I will turn his volume down one more notch. So hopefully we can
You
turn
guys
this into
only
the
need
R.A.M.
to-
show
you
with
guys-
just me.
You guys only need
And
to
no
make
more
like
River.
13 emails then.
Exactly. Come on, guys, we can do it.
No.
River.talk@gmail.com. No, you have to email me complaining about River. Pain
Yeah,
in audio.
because if they come to me, I'll delete them. No, I won't. I'll respond. I'll be like, hey, thanks for the advice.
Thanks for the emails, guys. Just put it in the spam filter.
Because I will listen to you guys more than I will listen to the student station manager,
That
who
is,
has won many awards for being radio fantastic.
So I already fired you, but I'm definitely firing you a second time.
Fire me a second time?
Yeah.
How many times can I
told
get
you a
fired in
second
1
time.
year before I'm gone for real?
As many times as I decide,
Oh.
because that's
Why do you get that power? This needs to be more of a
I probably
democracy.
don't.
There's a hierarchy here, and
I
it
mean, a
is not.
democracy. There's a system. We put it in place. Like, I mean, I guess we have meetings and stuff, and we discuss things.
But if Mitchell really
it's still
wants,
to the station manager.
Mitchell has a veto.
No, I mean, I still report to Mrs. McNee on all things. I mean, she has the final say in everything.
It's okay. It sounds like I'm complaining a lot, but our radio station's actually fantastic, and I wouldn't trade Mitchell as student station manager for anything. He does a good job. Not complain. Not complain. Miss McNee's amazing, too.
Yeah, she is.
Love. Positivity. Not negativity.
Well, realism. See, but if you describe yourself as being a person who is most commonly attributed towards being realistic, then when you say something positive, like when you say, River, you look great today, they won't be like, oh, okay, he's just saying that because he always says that. He'll be like, wow, the person actually gave me a compliment.
Okay,
They
so
must have meant
you're
it."
saying that if I tell everyone how amazing they are, they're going to be, my opinion's going to be devalued?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
I
I
have
am.
a rant about this, and I don't remember if it was in a movie or a comedy special or something, but no, actually, I think it was on Friends. It was on Friends. They did an episode where everybody had everyone had an opinion token. And the more times that you said something was amazing and you swore that it was amazing, the less your opinion was valued. And then there was like one, it actually wasn't Friends. It was How I Met Your Mother, I think. And it was like whoever didn't say it, whenever they said something was amazing, everyone automatically knew it was amazing. And I'm definitely one of those people who no one takes my opinion seriously, unless it's on video games. I have an opinion that matters a whole lot.
Well, see, yeah, so that's why I think it's good for me because, like, when I'm telling someone that a PSA they recorded was actually good, like when it was actually amazing, and, you know, if it won an award
I
or
don't
something,
think that comes
then
from
they
you
can-
withholding your opinion. I think that comes from you having an ethos behind being a station manager who has won so
Well-
many awards. So that's where that comes from, not from you withholding an opinion.
I suppose radio-wise that is true, so I think that's a valid argument.
If you went
but
around to
even when it
every
comes
radio
to, like,
student and told them that they are amazing at radio, they would all think they're amazing at radio. Down to the last person.
River, you're really average at radio.
Oh, I was smiling and everything.
You have a great on-air presence, though. I will definitely give you that. You have an amazing on-air presence.
We're just going to stick with the pros, no cons today, and move into another
Well, you're not very
question.
technically inclined, not
Don't
yet anyway.
hit me with a question.
I did want to quickly
Hit
say,
me with
though,
a question.
when it comes to having that ethos, that authority, my opinion on making promises, I never just randomly say I make promises because that means when I do actually make a promise, I'll stick to it. And I also
Wow.
will almost never make
Deep.
a promise because I don't think I can always stick to it.
Are you a philanthropist now? Are you adding ists and isms? You're a realist.
Philanthropist?
You're a realist.
I'm a
and
ventriloquist.
And a French.
On to the next question.
Hit me with one. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
let's see. Well, I mean, that one doesn't really make sense. What is your favorite part of the job that you volunteer for? We
This
both
is my
volunteer
job.
for.
I think my favorite part of the job is, I think it could be if we got feedback from you guys, so hit me at river.talk@gmail.com. Oh! Or Facebook or Twitter, 89.5 WAHS. But I think my favorite part of the job is the how easy it is to just jump on air or do anything. Go in the studios and record something. Like, just the ability. There's a good word for that. What am I missing here?
It's easy.
Anonymity?
It's
Is that a good word?
not anonymity because you're River Tuck and everyone knows it. And
Really?
now there's a video of you online and
what
everyone knows where you go to school.
No, it's not anonymity. There's another fancy word out there, and you can email me at river.tuck@gmail.com telling me
Okay, now it's getting
what the word
ridiculous.
is. No, what I'm trying to say is that I like how everything in here flows so much easier than you think radio would be. Because as a kid, I imagined radio, TV, movies, and all had like really serious structures and a whole bunch behind it. But actually, everyone in here we're a family. Everything flows really nice. That's what I was looking for. Everything flows really nice.
Yeah.
And it's a easy sequence of events to get on air and to share your opinion and your teenage angst and such and such. That's my favorite part.
Yeah. We're
for
chill.
sure.
We're cool here.
Yeah. So that's wow. We gotta sign off for the R.A.M show. This is probably gonna be the last one we record at the school.
Yeah, because we said the fourth one was gonna be the last one, but River
Yeah.
came to me, he's like, "Do you want to record?" And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, this
especially
is
since
gonna
we didn't
be-
save the last one.
This is that record buttons. You hit that right?
Yeah, see,
Okay,
it's
good.
going. It's
Yeah.
green right there.
Yeah.
I'll show everyone on the
No,
webcam.
you don't need to.
See that green stuff right
yeah,
there? That
see
means
that
it's going.
green stuff right there.
It's going. So no
Okay,
worries.
so yeah, signing off. This will be the last one during the school year. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
we will get back at you.
Yeah, I think River and I have already decided that we want
Might have a
to keep this show up because, like, you know,
small
Tristan and I have been doing
hiatus.
our shows like throughout the whole year, but you and I kind of started late.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be good to kind of keep it running through the summer.
We'll have a small hiatus there because I'm going to be gone for a couple. Maybe you can do the R.A.M show without River, so just the AM show.
I'll just call you up and I'll just record you on the phone on that terrible quality.
That sounds awful.
It probably
Positivity
would
is
be.
not showing up right there. That sounds
Yeah, where's that?
despicable.
Where's that River positivity?
All right, so signing off.
Yeah. Thank you so much for
I don't like
listening.
signing off. It sounds so depressing.
Well, don't say signing off. Just say
Momentarily
be,
leaving.
be very German about it. Say Auf Wiedersehen until I see you again.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye.
I've been Mitchell Payne.
River Tuck.
You're listening to 89.5 WAHS Auburn Hills. We'll see you next time. Oh, and we're going to leave on a River song. This is Apple Juice by Stan Forby.
Oh, yeah.
When your legs don't work like they used to before,